All right, and we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys all so much for stopping by. My name is Eli. Tuesdays and Thursdays we do Q&A sessions. Today's the day for you to answer, or for me to answer any and all of your guys' questions that you have for me. As always, if you're wondering why the video is titled the way it is because typically I don't have time to go through all of the questions from the previous pre-recorded video I posted, so this is the time for you to have it answered live. But before we jump into the video, as always, we do weekly giveaways. All you have to do to enter is leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, that are part of the live stream right now. And lastly, if you want to be a part of the community in any other way, links are down in the description below to join both our Discord or check out if we have any more Patreon slots for our wholesale access tier. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give a couple shout outs to people that are here. I want to, I want to just say, bear with me today. I am exhausted. I worked out and I played volleyball for the first time in a very long time because I just need to get back into physical shape because I've been dealing with some medical issues. And so I woke up this morning with my entire body in absolute pain. So I was struggling to move today. So I might be a little sluggish. I apologize. But let's give a shout out to people that are here. Shout out to Department Store, Amory, Romero, Catch'em All TCG, Daddy Zard, Senpai, Ripper, Tori, Emilio, Catch'em All, already said Catch'em All, Alex, Nathaniel, Alex, Joker, I can't remember if I said Roma, but I'll say it again, Roma Sheets, Midnight, Jose, RD, Zisco, Trainer Mason, and that's everyone. All right, shout out to everyone so far that is here. But let's jump into it. Hopefully you guys found my video informative. I know some people didn't really care. But hey man, if you're trying to make money, you gotta look at these opportunities. Some people are like, I just want to know what the best booster box to invest in is. But I'll massage you for 100 hours straight for a wholesale spot. Holy crap, bro. That sounds like a fire deal. That sounds like a pretty fire deal, dude. I'll take that. Massage, honestly, would probably be so painful, though. But let me see. I see you guys are tapping a bunch of numbers. How long will it take to get to 20 without us repeating? You guys failed by 7. Ooh, that's tough. That's so funny, though. Let's go. Poké Department Store's got his headphones today. It's like Toy Story. We gotta stop when Eli comes. Hey, finally made it to the stream. Good to see you, Midnight. Thanks for stopping by. New product at Costco. Stackable tins, 3-pack tins. In each tin, 1 fusion, 1 evolving, 1 brilliant. $29. What do you think? So it's 3 stackable tins that each have 3 packs. So it's 9 packs in total, and you're paying $29. So it's just a 29 divided by 9 is $3.22 a piece. There's your answer. I would say that, I mean, just because you're getting the evolving, it's a good deal, right? Because the evolving value is good. But it's definitely on the pricier side, for sure. I usually like to get my packs sub 3, but to be fair, the tins that were V-Striker that had Evo were also around that same price point per dollar. What's up, Trainer Mason? Good to see you, brother. Trade 1 Evolving Skies booster box for 2 Scarlet and Violet. Rate my trade. First 2 Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. I can't tell if you're being serious or not, because I feel like that's a really bad trade. Like a really bad trade. Oh, 4? Ooh. Ooh, that's a really good trade. You said 2. I said poopy. You said 4. That's a good one. What's up, Necro? Good to see you, brother. When are we doing our box break? Ooh, we should probably have a conversation about that today. Holy crap, guys. I also told you that at some point I was going to be doing a Scarlet and Violet stream. And I've literally yet to announce that. I should probably announce that today for tomorrow. Traded Lost Ark. What's good, brother? Hope everyone is doing well. What are we picking up today? I don't know. What are we picking up today? That's a good question. We're picking up 2023 Trainer Toolkits. Come on, folks. Hey Eli, have you heard about the issue with Scarlet and Violet boosters? Apparently they put the same code card in every pack. Not only that most of the hits are coming from the right side of the box. I have yet to hear about that, but well, people are definitely going to have to do some investigation. Is the charred UPC a good investment? It is at the right price. I mean, if you get it for $100 or cheaper, I would say so. The closer to 90, 85 bucks, the better. I know you can pick it up right now for 95 bucks at Zulu Games and what's the other one you can pick it up at? Wholesale Hills for 95. Jonas has been watching your vids. First live. Let's go. Good to see you, Jonah. Glad to have you here, brother. How do you see Scarlet and Violet tanking? What is that question? That feels like it's a leading question. How do you see it? Like, you're almost implying like I'm going to see it tank. I don't know if it's going to tank. The only way I can see it tanking is if we get a print of it and we get a print of a bunch of other product. I had a dream last night that literally we got like 20 different variations of product in with one of our distributors, and I was like, oh my god, the reprints, they're coming, and my distributor's like, no, this is a restock, and I was like, what? How is this a restock? but yeah, that just made me think of that. I've been trying hard to find some good prices. I found one for $70. Gosh dang, man, $70 a CUPC. Shout out to that. That's pretty nice. That's a really good deal. But no, I didn't know about what the code cards. If they're all on the right side of the box, then I assume, are they going to have implications on what it means for hits? Because it makes sense why they all have the same code cards, because we're now all holographics, right? Like, it's all, we're no longer, you're going to hit a holo or better. So that makes sense. But if you're saying all the hits are on the right side, then that's interesting. I've seen some Zar UPCs go for 130, which is stupid because the person clearly didn't do much research. Seriously, dude. They could literally go into their local Walmart and pick one up for cheaper. Question, how many tool kits is in a case? 6. 6 tool kits is in a case. So if so yeah, that's how many. Whew. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, that's crazy. Why would you ever pick that up for that much? That's just insane. $70 though. $70, dude. That's what we call value right there. We like to see that. Look at that. Today only. 13 for subscribers. 8% for everyone else. Let me just show all of my personal information. No worries. It's not like you guys don't know which email I'm using to log into things. It's like, what do I try and hide it? Just don't hack me, please. Try and find my password. I'll be sad. Is Scarlet and Violet a good investment set? Well, I told people to pick up Scarlet and Violet at 105 a piece. And here we are. So I would say so. Every time I go to retail, even during restocks, I'm not seeing CZ ETBs. Are they still orderable through distro? No, they're not. They're not orderable at all through distro. So here's the situation right now. We had some people that were telling me, hey, Eli, I've heard rumors of reprints for, and I talked about this on Tuesday as well. I've heard rumors of reprints for both Brilliant Star and Astro Radiance. Is this true? Is this confirmed? Here's what I know so far. I got a call from my rep yesterday, I think. No. It was 2 days ago, on Tuesday. I got a call from my rep. He said, hey, Eli, I have some booster boxes for you of these 2 items. And I said, you do? Awesome. Is it a reprint? He said, no. I said, sad. He said, I don't have a ton. Very little, in fact. Like, a couple cases for Astral, for example. So in terms of the overall quantity that was acquired, it was very, very minimal, right? And so to me, that's kind of what I knew from that one distributor that gave me just a couple of cases. So for myself, I didn't run with the idea that, hey, it's a reprint. I feel like it's not reporting that unless it's a reprint, right? Because if it's just a resupply, because like for example, I want to say about a month ago, I had I was given 2 cases of Silver Tempest booster boxes because they just so happened to find some in the warehouse, right? But that's not worth reporting on, right? That's like, I feel like that's not worth having a conversation about, because stuff like that happens all the time where they just randomly find stuff. Like I remember a while ago, like a couple years ago, I found some Cosmic Eclipse build-in battle displays and they sold it to me for wholesale. And I was like losing my mind because I'm like, that's worth a lot of money because those items are good. So in terms of like quote unquote reprints, to my knowledge, until I start hearing anything else from other distributors, from what my rep has just told me, the one rep who's from Distro 1, he just was like, yeah, we just happened to find it in the warehouse is what it sounds like is what happened. Or at least that's what he told me. So I would love to see if there's other distros that come out and say, but no one said anything so far, right? And if we're saying this happened on, I said Tuesday, I think it was actually Monday, now thinking about it. Monday, it's been 3 or 4 days and I haven't heard any word about this from any of my other distributors. It makes it feel very unlikely that it is a reprint. And so basically for myself, I feel like how I am kind of looking at this more or less is we're still waiting for that big reprint where everything's going to get a large, restock more or less. I'm hopeful that CZ is also going to get that same thing. But in terms of how it goes right now with distro, it's mainly the same old game, which is they have active product available. Every so often there is a restock, which if it is a decent quantity, I obviously will be able to allocate it out appropriately. If it is not a decent quantity, then I won't be able to allocate it out appropriately. That's just kind of how the game is played, sadly. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I said obviously that I was hopeful that we hear some, information in April. Obviously, not Pokey Pete, but Sports Pete said in May is when we're gonna hear any sort of news about what's going on with prints. So it's still speculative, man. Everything is still speculative. Nothing's confirmed, and it's just, what are you gonna do? I guess it's kind of sad. It sucks, but it sucks. Elite Gaming has them for $90 plus shipping. For the CUPCs he's referencing. Roman Sheets, now that we're on the question, box break talk, right? I did say Fridays could turn into box break days. Where we left off at? Weren't we left off at XY era? I think XY era was what we were left off at. And then I remember the price range we said was between like 10 to 12 bucks, I think is what we said. So if we say XY era 10 to 12 bucks, we'll have to take a look at a couple of the sets in a second here, but I'm going to answer some more questions before I do that. I've been thinking about getting a booster box of Chilling Reign to collect or to open or to invest. In what context? As I understand, sell toolkit promos and the items, and you're getting packs for under $3. So what you're having to understand is this, Jonah. So a perfect example, obviously I can't equate it to now because the prices have drastically shifted. But back in the day, when the 2021s first came out, you had scoop up nets. And scoop up nets are obviously going for about $1 now. But at their high point, they were selling for $5.73, right? You also had a return energy. Capture energy. Goodness gracious, I'm stroking out apparently. You also had a capture energy, which at its highest point was selling for around $2.15. Okay. We also had some other items such as Evolution Incense. This item at its highest point, it was selling upwards of $1.31. We had Air Balloon. I mean, guys, I could literally keep going on and on of the list of cards that they had that were at like a really nice price. This was selling for 30 cents, I think, at a time point. You had a lot of really good, in other words, collectible card or resellable cards that were competitively viable, right? And then with that, you also got 4 packs in your Elite Trainer box, right? Or in the Trainer Toolkit. So if you're saying to yourself, we'll say, you know, technically MSRP is 4 packs. 4 times 4 equals $16 in value. And then everything you got from selling off the bulk. Obviously, this is more closer to $3 to $3.50 depending on the pack, but you know, I digress. And you could pick these up for $17 a piece, sometimes more, sometimes less. So yeah, the value was insane. Where are we with Sword and Shield packs? Let's take a look. So Sword and Shield booster pack, it is actually selling for $4.80. So yeah, so the value's there. The value is there for even more 2021. I mean, the cheapest they were selling the 3s, but yeah, that's crazy. Extreme clicking, Jonah says. But yeah, but that was back when everything was at its peak before these items got multiple reprints. That was back when you had cards that were, you know, still in the competitive meta. They're about to go out of rotation as Scarlet and Violet comes out tomorrow. So there's a lot of factors really at play when it comes to that, when it comes to this. With all this being said, I think that history could repeat itself with the 2023, because with the 2023, unlike the 2022, it is going to be a part of the new era for Scarlet and Violet. And Scarlet and Violet cards, there's going to be some competitive cards that are more than likely going to be printed in the Trainer Toolkit that are going to be expensive. That's kind of what my prediction is, so I would do that. But the internet says, so it must be true, right, Hermit? Isn't that how it always goes? It's kind of like the Mew Premium Collection. Hey, I would love it for that to be true, but if it was true, I'd get a call from my distro already about it. Where are we on Paldea Evolve? 37 in ETB, a decent price per order. Decent pre-order price. So wholesale is roughly around $31, $32. So $37 is not bad by any means. Obviously, if you can get it closer to 35, that's great. But 37 is still not bad. Yeah, XY Air like $10 to $15 a pack. Nice. Invest into a Chilling Reign. I wouldn't invest into any booster box at this moment, honestly, Willie. I would just hold on to your cash right now. Be smart, be safe, be patient. Well, yes, there are several XY Air packs for $20, but we did a poll not too long ago talking about how we wanted to do a box break. And for that box break, we said we wanted to do specifically for XY Era packs in the range of $10 to $15 a piece. So we're going to go through and we're going to see what those packs are going to look like, because we are going to have some options. All right, so $10 to $15 a pack, 15 being the high point, 15 times 36. How much? That gives us $540 as our max spend. So we have Roaring Skies, Breakthrough, Breakpoint, Fates Collide. That is kind of it, I would say. So we've got Breakpoint, which is selling for how much? $594. That doesn't sound right. That does not feel right. We're gonna have to go to eBay for this. Breakpoint booster box. All right, so Breakpoint booster box. Yep, there you go. $441. So still selling for a much more affordable price than it says. Then we have Fates Collide, which is obviously, we know for a fact, under at least 500. We've got Breakthrough. We also have Primal Clash. That's another one. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. For those people that were not a part of it, I'm sorry, but we've already done Roaring Skies before. We have. So just to make things spiced, for those that are interested in us doing an XY booster box break, obviously we did a poll for this a while ago. A lot of people were in for it. These are the options of which one do you want. It is going to be Breakpoint. It is going to be Breakthrough. It is going to be Primal Clash. And it is going to be, let's see, Fates Collide, Breakthrough, Breakpoint. Is there another one that I am potentially missing? I don't think so, man, because I don't want to do Roaring. That's kind of just... Evolutions is slightly more, but opening Evolutions I feel like would be kind of lame for how much you're paying. But maybe that's just me. All right, and then Fates Collide. Which booster box we breaking? And Breakpoint, Breakthrough, Primal Clash, Fates Collide. There you go. All right, poll sent. How do you feel about Sword and Shield alt arts? Many seem to be falling pretty aggressively. I didn't realize they were falling aggressively. I just saw a lot of them just go up in value quite a bit, so maybe that's why they're falling aggressively, is because they just are now correcting. But let's take a look. I mean, this one I wouldn't say is a aggressive fall, especially if you look at the incline. Let's go take a look at Chilling Rain. Chilling Rain will be another good indicator. This one's still going up in value. Blaziken, also still going up in value. Which ones are you saying are dropping? Because the ones I've seen so far are either going sideways or going up. Stop it, you're making so much sense. What's up, Shadowless Tony? Good to see you, brother. I got 72 sleeve boosters of Evolving Skies. That a good hold, or should I just sell it off? I'm trying to learn Pokemon, Willie says. I would say that when it comes to Evolving Skies, it's not a bad hold by any means, especially as long as Evolving Skies keeps going up. So for me personally, I would just hold on to them unless we get a reprint for Evolving. Then I would sell before the reprint, which you'll know by my video as long as you're following me. Can I sell Pokemon to make money? Can you offer a course for me to take? Get out of here, department store. Oh my gosh. No courses. I don't do courses. That's not my thing. Because I have free videos. Watch my free videos. That's basically the same thing as a course. You can take Cisco 101 on pyramid schemes, my boy. That's a good one. Odd question. Might the Pokemon Co. reprint Rebel Clash ETBs? If it's a lower demand set, a booster box reprint would be a stretch, but ETB isn't out of the question, especially given the price. No, I highly doubt it. So the Rebel Clash discussion, I think, is basically dead because the set itself is going out of rotation tomorrow. Pokemon Company in the history of reprints has only reprinted a set out of rotation once, and that was Evolutions, because booster boxes were going absolutely crazy in price. So it doesn't make sense that they would do that for Rebel. It just doesn't. It sucks because it's spendy now. What is the reality of the situation? My alt art comment is more so on the non-big hitter alt arts mid-tier $25 to $50 bracket. Okay. $25 to $50 bracket. Galarian Zapdos Bird. Let's take a look. It's more or less gone up and sideways. That one actually went up quite a bit if you look at the original growth. What about this one? This one also had a huge climb and is slightly dropping. Let's take a look at this one. This one also had a huge climb, a little bit of a more decent drop size, I want to say. Let's talk about this one. Also a huge climb with a little bit of a dip. I look at this for the most common theme, as most of these items are just taking a huge like leg up and then they're correcting a little bit based on their price. So they kind of went over over the moon in terms of their pricing, and then they corrected, or at least they're correcting right now. So I think that's more or less what's happening from the looks of the first couple of ones I looked at. Would Fusion Strike Pokemon consider ETB goodbye? Would it be a good buy? Sorry for yawning. If you can get it at MSRP, yeah. If you can't, I don't know if I would pick it up right now. Unless you can get it for MSRP. Sorry, Joker. What's up, Simone? Good to see you, brother. Traders of the Lost Ark says, and over the past 3 months. I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, I can't say definitively over the past... Well, actually, to be fair, this is over a 3-month period. So, yeah. No, that lines up. That lines up. No problem, brother. All right, where are we on our poll so far? We've had 19 votes. Oh, my goodness gracious. It is a race for Primal Clash and Fates Collide. But that's with 19 votes, so that can easily be swayed at some point. Seems to me they're correcting, but they all feel like decent holds, obviously, depending upon your point of entry. Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, with the Discord bot, I'm really hoping that we'll be able to find out which ones are the best to send in for grading. That's the thing I care about the most, honestly. Because, like, the alt arts, they'll be nice to pick up raw, but I really think that sending in grading is a lot more fun doing it that way. Not Chilling Rain. Whoopsie. Fusion Strike. Where are we on the Celebi? I remember we took a look at the Celebi and we're like, wow, that's way too cheap. How has the price of the Celebi done? It's funny, it went from $20 all the way up to $36, and it just is at $27 basically, and it still feels cheap. It's crazy. Wait, change my answer to Fates Collide. You can change it, Roma, can you not? No, you messed up, you want Fates. Does it not give you the option to change? What's up, Tom? Good to see you as always, brother. Greetings from Germany. Love to watch your Q&A when I do my night shift. Well, thanks, Blackfield. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to you from Germany. That's cool. It's always nice to see our fellow international fans. It will be a clash of primal proportions. Ooh, yeah, same. I wanted primal. I clicked too quickly. I don't know if you can change your vote. If you cannot, then I can always just do a redraw. No, you can't change. All right, I'll do a quick redraw then. All right, here it is. We know it's one of the two, obviously. So here we are. All right. But yeah, I love this card, man. Such a gorgeous card too. Such a slept on artwork. Man, I'm just like, it's so funny. Like, I know it takes time for the Discord bot to work, but holy crap, I just want all of these sets already added into the system so we can just start going through and just crushing it. Oh, Battle VIP, by the way. Here's another one that, let's see where the value is on this card. Has it just kept going up? Where is it on the yearly? Nope, at the high point is at $4. Haha. Battle Pass. Is that in the 2022 Trainer Toolkit? What is in the 2022 Trainer Toolkit? Because I feel like if it is, it was probably there. Okay. So it is Battle VIP Pass is not included in it. Bummer. You know what I think would honestly be nice is if they included Battle VIP passes in the next one. I know the price of this would probably tank, but as you guys can see, the value has been slowly climbing up again, as it is still very, very prevalent in competitive play. So it'd be nice to see. If it doesn't happen, I understand, but if it does, then cool. Give me a sec, going to vote on my other account. Hey, no. Yeah, it really does come down to which one do you want. Umbreon, Alakazam, or Kyogre Groudon. As long as you vote PC, we cool. Remember when Fusion Strike was at 80 bucks? I miss those days. Don't we all? The days when booster boxes were considered bricks and no one wanted to pick them up because of how cheap they were. Ah, the good old days. Ignorance. That's how it is. Oh God, my whole body is sore. Oh, I hate being fat. Making a change. Meh. Gardevoir and Primal. Yeah, that's, 4 gold trainers. Oh, I'm going to start selling Pokemons. Oh, will you now? The Department store always trolling here, I swear. Fates does have Glaceon, that is true. What's your biggest investment disappointment? Investment disappointment. I don't know if I would consider that to be an investment, so I don't know if I want to say that one. There's one thing that came to mind, but it wasn't really an investment, really. It was, I picked up a Lugia 9 impulsively because it felt like it was a really good deal at the time in price, and then I realized that I didn't really care about the Lugia from Neogen and a 9 for First Ed. And then I resold it for like $200 or $300 less than what I bought it for, which I bought it for like $2,800 and I sold it for like $26, if I'm correct. So I guess, but that's like a 10% loss. So in terms of what's your biggest investment disappointment, I guess I did say my loss. You didn't ask loss, you asked disappointment. Is there one that it's disappointing to me? Hidden Fates is really disappointing. I'm surprised Hidden Fates hasn't gone up so much. That, I guess we can say, is a disappointment. That one, surprisingly, is much lower than anticipated, which is fine. I mean, you double down. But let me ask you this. Zisco, are you saying disappointment is in terms of like my worst investment that I've made, or in terms of like I'm just disappointed with how it has performed in the market currently, just one of the items in general? $4 a piece for Roaring Skies at Dollar General, but are they dollar packs or are they full packs? Do you rate TCG Fish as a reliable site? I've never heard of them before, so I can't answer that. How many clowns on here today? Yes, sir, you're looking at one. The Clown Fiesta, baby. Something only profitable at scale. Department store, stop trolling. Get out of here. I started doing intermittent fasting a few months ago. Never felt healthier. Lost 22 pounds so far. Just shaped much better. Hey, shout out to you on that one, Necro. I'm really bad at intermittent fasting. My problem is with intermittent fasting is I don't intermittent fast till a certain point. I intermittent fast the entire day until like 7 o'clock. And that'll be my first meal of the day. And then once I've done that, then my metabolism just now is finally starting up and I'll just hold a bunch of weight because of it. Personal opinion, so the latter. Okay, well then I answer the question. It's in Fates. Do you guys think CZ is good to keep sealed? I don't see why not. CZ, man, heck yeah. Full packs Could not believe. Wow, I wouldn't believe that either. That's an insane deal. But yeah, in terms of a dollar amount of what I've disappointed, if I'm being completely honest, and like I'm not saying this in like a braggy way, but I don't really think there's ever been a time where I've lost less than 10% on an investment. And even then, it's not even that I lost it, it's just I needed to liquidate some of my assets for other expenses or other options that I felt like were worth in getting into. Like, and it's not even because, oh, Eli, you're just some amazing investor. It's like, no, guys, I tell people to get in when it is like at wholesale, or I tell people to get in when it's slightly above wholesale. So it's just my entry points. It's nothing to do that I just pick all these amazing items, because I do pick a lot of good items, but not all of them are going to be winners. It just comes down to entry point. Like, for example, I remember I picked up some battle styles. I didn't even pick it up. I was just holding on to it, right? From back in the day. I was holding on to it at $86 a pop. I think I ended up selling it for like $90 a pop. So like what? I made $4 per. So it's like stuff like that where, hey, I just need quick cash. I just want to get rid of this booster box case. Let me just sell it. You know what I mean? It's just all about entry point. Do you think ZZ will outperform Celebrations? No. I think Celebrations will do much better. Do I get a prize for trolling your videos with all in on Rebel Clash? No, you don't get a prize. Sleeve blisters too, operator? Dang. What was wholesale for the Charizard UPC, Willie asks. I think the cheapest we saw on one site was $70. But I would say for a while there, it was selling for 70 at 5, and then it sold for 80, and then I think at one point 85, and then boom, just gone. Battle Styles ETBs are on the rise as well. Just picked some up at $22.50. I remember there being a site that was selling them for like dirt cheap. I can't remember what the site was called, but Battle Styles Elite Trainer Box on the rise, huh? And that was actually one of the items I had a dream about that got a reprint. Funny enough. Well, let's take a look. Take a look and see. On the rise, on the rise. Not really. I mean, they were at a high point over the summer, and then they dipped, and they're still below the high point for that item. What about the red? Red is still same story. Haven't really done much. Holy smokes, $70? Yes, sir. $70 for the CUPC. It was a frickin' steal, man. Battle Styles at 109 some places still. What is Battle Styles selling for on here? Imagine Battle Styles selling for 120 again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's crazy. Isn't that so sick? You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Battle Styles for 120. Goes to show you, man. Goes to show you anything can move. I mean, look at this chart. Insane. So Corey, if you want to skip to like the very early part of the video, I actually talked about that. Oh, where are we with our voting? We're at 36 votes. Primal Clash is what, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for. Primal Clash seems to be the one. Let's take a look at Primal Clash. Just kind of roll through it. Primal Clash. So yeah, really just, Kyogre, Groudon. Dude, XY era set, honestly, like, I loved the megas for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I loved them so much. I wish they brought megas back. Megas was such a good concept. Like, I crap on XY, not because of, like, the concept of megas, because I love the concept of megas. I think they did an incredible job on it. I just was not the biggest fan of the XY game design. That was kind of my biggest complaint within it. But the megas as a concept were great. I love the megas as a concept. So when they did Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I think they did a really, really good job with it, especially with the Dex Nav. Oh, it made it so fun to shiny hunt and hunt for Pokemon with good IVs. Honestly, I know people have their criticisms, but I think in terms of remakes, I think by far the best remake we've ever had is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And for me, I think it's because it breathes a new life into the game. Like, there were so many more things you could do, right? Like, with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, you had the gameplay of the Deoxys, right? You had the rings to go catch all the legendaries. You had the Dex Nav, which gave you the opportunity to go in and hunt shinies a lot more efficiently. And you also, on top of that, too, had the battle tower, which had an individual in the Pokemon Center that allows you to see what the EV or the IVs on your Pokemon were, so you could know which one was going to be maxed out stats or not, and you could breed for that. So you had and it could tell you too, certain Pokemon on the Dex Nav could learn certain moves, specifically if you're trying to breed for certain specific baby moves. So it's like it had so much in terms of additional content for remake, not to mention too the Latios flute I thought was really cool as a concept. I really enjoyed it. There's just so much, man. There was so much within the game that I truly, truly enjoyed, that I felt like they did such a good job with. Personally, I don't know why people don't rank it higher. Maybe because they look at it as a remake, and so it's hard to rank a remake higher. Maybe that's it. But honestly, I would put the game really high. Like, I know we've got this nostalgic appeal for the originals, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, as someone who played Sapphire as their first ever Pokemon game. But I can tell you, man, confidently, I feel like if you didn't look at it through that lens, I would argue that the new versions are actually better. Just because literally it's the same content, but more. Right? But anyway, I digress with that. RG in the hole. Tori, I'm jealous. There's some little good food around me, so I make myself, but I can't do Cahoons well. Gotta head to work. Great stream as always. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Necro. Martin says, okay, so everyone I know has had better pulls from the CZ mini tins. If I keep my Seal display, do you think it will do better because people want them? Well, here's the deal, Martin. You can't go off the assumption that 10 years from now, 5 years from now, a couple of years from now, people are going to say, hey, I want the CZ tins over the ETB because of the better pull rates. People are not going to look at that. They're going to look at the design, and they're going to say, why do I like this over this? And although I do think a sealed display of the mini tins will do well, that's not the mindset to kind of look at it. Pull rates mean nothing to people in the long term. Like, they don't, honestly. They do not. Because if you look at Lost Origins, for example, Lost Origins is absolutely crap when it comes to pull rates. Like, the pull rates for it are terrible. But it's still performing really, really well. Where are we at? Is it at 150 yet? It is. It is indeed above 150. It's at 153.95. So, trying to see, I was like, if we did see a quote-unquote reprint, I would want to see it being reflected in the charts drastically. What about Astral? I feel like Astral's one that would waver more too, because it's, Astral. Sorry for all you Astral fanatics. Gosh dang it. Am I going to have to do a keyword search for Astral because it's not on the trending page? I think I might have to. Astral Radiance. Price-wise, hasn't faltered at all. Yep, price hasn't done anything. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I pulled the Umbreon EX from Fates Collide in one pack. Only time I got my hands on it. Wow, shout out to you, Jose. Classic cars are nostalgic, but I prefer air conditioning. That's funny, Hermit. Dang, we got 42 votes. And so far, it is 10% lead for Primal Clash. So I'm thinking Primal Clash is going to have to be it, man. Which I'm excited for. Primal Clash is one I was hoping for. What's the market price we're seeing right now? So I said if it was, it would be $5.40 if we were doing $15 a pack. Which obviously we know right now, just looking at it, we can get it for cheaper. What is the recently sold telling us? 49, 45, 460 plus ship. 470 plus ship. 426 plus ship. This one, that one looked damaged though, to be fair. Yikers. Yeah, so we're talking high 40s is what more or less we're looking at. Or if it's high 400s. Astral Fanatic, Tom Piz here. But yeah, going back to it on the cards in the set for Primal Clash. I mean, there's good packs. There is good packs. Or sorry, there's good pulls, not packs. So the question really, I guess, is going to come down to, for the cards, conditionally speaking, what are we looking for, right? Because, like, if I'm correct, these, if they do get good grades, is worth quite a bit. I guarantee you the minute I click on it, it's going to tell me to log in. Yep, knew it. Does this every time. Do you feel like pre-release stamped cards are a good hold, like the Lugia, etc.? Yeah, oh yeah, they've performed really well. Especially being hold on to the stacks, even better. Alright, but let's talk about 10 value. So in terms of 10 value, this is what we're looking for. We want the Primal Groudon or the regular Groudon. When did the last Kyogre sell, though? Because that looks so much cheaper, but I guarantee you it was a while ago. The last one sold a couple months ago. Interesting. Wow. Really? Okay, so maybe is the Kyogre, or not the Kyogre, but is the Primal Groudon over expensive for a reason? Ah, there it is. Yeah, not really any sales volume. To be fair, it is a Pop 14. What's the population on the Kyogre? Pop 9 has less? I mean, you're talking low pop cards, guys. Pop 14? Jesus loves me. Yeah, these are some low pop cards. Like low pop. Yeah, so we can pull one of these, that'd be sick. Best way to bring people to a website? You pay them, obviously, duh. Give them free money, of course they'll come. Recently in Australia, we had back issues. Roaring Skies blister packs for 6 AUD a piece. They didn't last long. Stuff like that happens every so often where they just find a warehouse full of old product just randomly. How to versus your Pokemon stuff for long-term investment. Zisco, so right now, most of my long-term investment for product got liquidated over the move. So I recently moved from Oregon to Arizona not that long ago. So I moved from Oregon back in August. And then was, because there's no way, I had so much product that I was not going to be able to fit in the new house. Like, I would have just have nowhere to store it, so I just had to sell it all off. And plus, it was nice to cash out on some of my investments that did well. But with that being all said, I would say during the time when I did have a large investment, I would say that it's very much so split up in this way. 80% high demand items or 70% high demand items, 20% items that I think will be high demand in the future but haven't popped off, and then 10% low demand items that I'm just holding on to just in case, right? So for example, of the like top 80%, I had a lot of celebrations. I had a lot of celebrations. I had a lot of celebrations now thinking about it. So I had a lot of celebrations. I had, God. So what was my more middle tier? I'm trying to think. I did have evolving, but I'm like not a lot of evolving boosters. It was like elite trainer boxes. I'm trying to think what else I had. I had hidden fates. I had some hidden fates. But God, I had so much celebrations. That's where my mind keeps going. Okay, so here's what I would say. I had a little bit of evolving. I had a lot of celebrations. I had a little bit of hidden fates. I had a little bit of brilliant stars. I had a lot of shining fates, but I would consider that middle tier. I wouldn't consider that part of the 80%. I consider that a part of the 20%. I had some Chilling Rain. And then at the very bottom, I had a little bit of Battle Styles. And then some miscellaneous, like, older vintage stuff that I was kind of sitting on because they had a resupply of it. But yeah, that's kind of it. I really looked at Celebrations and said, this is going to be an amazing set. This is going to do so well. So I was super high on Celebrations. I was like trying to think. I was like, what did I have? I was like, I had a closet full of all this product. What was in it? And I'm like, mainly Celebrations and some Shining Fates. Because I bought when the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collections came, or not Celebration Ultra Premium, sorry, the Celebration Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs came out. You guys know I was super high on it, and I bought a ton of it, and I cashed out really well with it. So I had a ton of that. And then in terms of outside of that, I was all over the place with just general Celebrations products, whether it be ETBs, whether it be the mini tins, whether it be the V boxes. Like I had a ton of just different ones, right? And then with Shining Fates, I had a bunch of Pikachu V boxes. I had a bunch of the Dragapult and Crobat boxes. I had ETBs. Like there was a lot of variety I really had in terms of the collectible sets. I would say that my strategy nowadays, though, would be a little bit more refined. I still like the 80-20-10, though, with that. Or 80-20-10. Jesus loves me. I can't even do percentages. 70-20-10, where it's 70% top and then 20% middle and then 10% bottom. Good maths. Good maths. So 70% high demand, 20%, speculative more or less, and then 10% just low end, just to get exposure in case something does happen and I'm wrong. Because that's how I look at it, right? Because Astral Radiance is a perfect example. Astral Radiance, I pick up 10% in theory, and I'm like, well, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, then it's whatever. It's only 10% of my actual portfolio. But I would say it was really diverse back when I had a ton. Which Pokemon Center ETB? Brilliant Stars, Astral Silver. Gotta get my Illustrator. Go with Brilliance. Go with a brilliant PC one. So hard to get a 10 from an XY era chase card. 100%. Yeah, the print was so bad, traders. Primal Kyogre comes out damaged from the pack. No way that everyone comes out damaged. Yes, they're hard to get, but yeah. Hey, I'm back. Don't think you remember me because you are a busy, but yeah. I feel like I remember you, Ray. Unless there's someone else named Ray that I'm thinking about, but I will say that when it comes to the regulars, I'm very good about remembering you guys. Very, very good. You guys know that. I'm very good at remembering the people that come by and check out the channel. So, welcome back, Ray. Good to see you, brother. But I mean, like, look at the 9 ratio. You can't say it's, fully going to be 9 versus 10. What's your current portfolio right now? So after I sold off my investments from the move, I took all of that money and I spent half of it towards the move because moving out of your parents' house, needing to have, how do I want to say this, a washer dryer, needing to have furniture, needing to have expenses, down payments, all that fun jazz, was a lot of money. But the other half I took and I invested it in growing the business. That's where I took all of my funds. So with what I had left with that money, I used it to just grade my personal collection. So right now, I would say I'm not really sitting on a ton in terms of investments at this moment in time. And that's mainly just because all of my funds have right now been going to just reinvesting in the business or growing my personal collection. Once I feel like I'm in a comfortable position or I have extra funds to spend money to hold, then I will do it. But right now, I just like money. I'm not saying money's tight necessarily, but what I am saying is that constantly I'm taking the money that I'm making and using it to reinvest in the business to offer, offer more for you guys or just to kind of try and scale it faster, right? So that's where I am in terms of the overall. That's where I am in terms of just the overall investment side of things. I'm thinking here in the next month or two, I will get back to it, but only if the opportunities are there. Because right now, I'm not really seeing a ton of opportunities. Because when I'm running a business, it's hard for me to justify sitting on a lot of product because liquidity is what helps me grow. And I'm at an exponential point within the business where my liquidity is just consistently being turned and holding on to any of it. I don't have a big enough of a bankroll at this moment in time where I can just say, hey, I'm going to sit on $10,000 worth of this booster box long term. Like, it would make way more sense to me to just flip that, right? Because I can, if that makes sense. Jose, are you a regular yet? I would not say you're a regular yet, Jose. You definitely come by quite frequently, but like when I think of regulars, if I'm being honest, I think of like Tom Piz, I think of like John Doe, I think of Joker. There's a lot of people that are like like it's not having to remember your name because obviously Jose, like when I see you, I'm like, I know Jose, he comes in all the time. I just think regulars and like you've had a little bit of pedigree under your belt in terms of how long you've been coming here for, or at least to my knowledge, what I remember based on your interaction with the chat. That's how I look at it, at least. But you could be like, hey man, I've been in the chat for the past year, and I'm like, you have? So maybe I'm about to get called out here, but not to what I remember in terms of interactions. Benny Boy says, who even needs furniture? Bro, we don't even have a couch yet. We literally do not even have a couch because we just didn't have the money when we moved. We did not get a couch. We've got like chairs in the living room, right? We got a washer and dryer, but goodness gracious, we don't even have an actual couch. To be fair, we don't use our living room really for much. We just don't. Oh, happy Friday morning, Eli. You bloody boss. Love to have Brekkie with you. I appreciate that, Ben. We having some toast and beans, baby. Sorry, you said you bloody boss, and I immediately read that and was like, that is such a thing to say from the UK. I was like, I gotta ask if he's having breakfast. You having beans and toast? I heard that's a very common thing. Get out of here, department store. He's just trolling today. That's one of the worst things about investing. Life happens, seriously. Appreciate you sharing, man. Just curious and trying to learn. Of course, brother. Well, so here's my thing. In terms of Pokemon investments, back literally just in August, so where are we? We're in March. So I'm about say about 8 months ago, 9 months ago. In terms of my asset worth, 90% of it was in Pokemon. Like I was just all in, heavily in Pokemon. But that was also during the time when I had a lot smaller of an operation, and so I didn't need the funds that I did because everything was being so much more heavily allocated. But now that I have the program, things are changing because I'm spending so much. Like I've spent $150,000 on Pokemon product in the past 3 months. And having that constant cash is huge, right? Versus before, I maybe would spend $150,000 in a year. So I'm spending 4 times the amount I had previously on Pokemon. So it's like it's crazy how things have changed. And when like I said before, when I get that bankroll, I'm going back to it because obviously there's a ton of opportunities that I always am consistently talking about. Australia, oats and blueberries. Okay, I need to hear about something mite. It's got mite in it. It's like Venomite. I forgot what it's called. Vegemite, I think is what it's called. What's up with that? Eli, you need to channel your inner Hinata to get through the day. My inner Hinata? Is that a Naruto reference or is that a Haikyuu reference? Make a couch out of Pogo ETBs. Hey, I don't have... I think I might have 1 case of Pogo ETBs. Tori, are you being dead serious? Are you going to open up a registry for your wedding? Oh, wait. Oh my god, I read that so wrong. I am going to open up a registry for the wedding. Holy crap. Why did I read that so wrong? Yes, we are. 100%. In terms of the wedding, hold on one second. In terms of the registry, we're currently working on it right now. My fiance actually told me literally while I was streaming that, hey, while you stream, I'm going to work on the registry. And I was like, cool. So yeah, we are actually working on it. We have a bunch of places that we've put on, or a bunch of things we want to do while we're in Hawaii. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. Because obviously we already live together. So we have a ton of, we've got a blender, we've got a air fryer, we've got like what we need for like household supplies. And so we're like, all right, well, the wedding's expensive. There's a lot of things that are expensive. So we're just going to say, hey guys, if you could help, with the registry for paying for our vacation, that would be nice. That's kind of it. Turn your living room to a Pokemon storage? Bro, for a second there, it was like that, and Holly was not having it. She's like, put that in the garage somewhere. Do you think Pokemon illustration winner promo cards are worth grading for profit? Do I think Pokemon illustration winner promo cards are worth grading for profit? I don't know if there's a demand for it or if there's a knowledge of it. And so it's kind of hard to say. Vegemite, right? Marmite and Termite. I think he's just trolling. Salty and delicious, lovingly also known as Vaginamite. Interesting. Try with eggs and avocado. Delish. I mean, it just looks gross, but to be fair, you know what also looks gross? Gravy. When you talk about biscuits and gravy from, like, I feel like when a foreigner looks and sees biscuits with gravy, and by foreigner I mean someone who's not within the US, they're like, this is not what I think of when I hear a biscuit. Like, they think of like a biscuit as in like a cookie or something, right? And when you look at an actual, like, you know, a biscuit that we have in the States, it's like, holy crap, that looks disgusting with all that slop on top. But it's life-changing. Biscuits and gravy is incredible, especially if it's well done. Well done sausage gravy, whew. Whew. It's so good. Hi Q, my man, Spencer says. Okay, all right. That's kind of what I figured, obviously, because I'm a volleyball guy. I kind of figured, but I was like, isn't there a Hinata in Naruto? Am I missing a reference here? He is a little freaking fireball, ain't he? What do you think is better for long-term, PSA or Beckett? For long-term? Oh, that's a hard one to say. I mean, I feel like the instant answer would be PSA, just based on the fact that PSA has a lot more, I feel like they have a lot more dominance as a name in the market, especially long-term. But man, that's a tough one still to say. Because I'm hopeful for Beckett. I think Beckett will do well. I think they will do well in the future, honestly. I know you said you were for sure making 200 mystery packs. When are we allowed to buy more? I think only 57-ish have sold so far, Nathaniel. So I told people that within 2 weeks that I would close them up. So 2 weeks, that was on Friday, I think is when I announced that. So tomorrow... So in 8 days, I will close up the pre-orders for the mystery packs. It's wild to me more people haven't jumped on it, considering I'm literally losing money. Like, the odds are rigged in your guys' favor for the mystery packs on this one. So, I don't know, man. I do not know. So to answer your question, what I will do is... in 8 days, if we don't sell out, which I thought we were going to sell out the same day, silly me, I guess. In 8 days, if we don't sell out, then we will officially open it up for people to order multiple quantities. Congrats on the wedding, Zisco says. Thank you, Zisco. Appreciate it, brother. Hey Eli, finally made it again to your stream. Just finished watching the stream from 8 days ago. Hey, I appreciate it, Sia. Thank you for stopping by. What do you think about raw waifu skyrocketing now past 3 months, especially Sun and Moon Air stuff, especially when you compare to the market? It's crazy. It's crazy to me because I thought that when waifus were first skyrocketing, it was an absolute fad, and now they've skyrocketed even more prior. It's like, I gotta put some more respect on the waifu name, bro. It's crazy how well they've been doing. I think there's definitely an opportunity for some waifus in the future. How's the groin? It's doing much better. It's doing much better. So I played volleyball last night for the first time in over 6 months because, like I said, I just need to start being active. And I just got done with physical therapy, and they informed me that I could go exercise. And I played, and I kid you not, the only part of my body, my lower body, that didn't hurt was my groin, which is huge. Every other part hurt, though. My knees hurt, my legs hurt, my calves hurt, my everything hurt, because my fat ass was not able to jump for the life of me. Having gained 50 pounds in the past 6 months, it was something that was a new experience to me. It's like, imagine you're jumping, right? And then you're jumping, but then you have 50-pound vest. You have a 50-pound vest on you when you're trying to jump. That's what it felt like. It was hard. Zisco says, can you show us the groin? It's gonna have to be for my OnlyFans, releasing soon. No, I'm just kidding. It's loose packs. Psh, some mystery bag. Why does that matter? People are so silly, like they care if it's loose or not. Are mystery packs open for everyone or just the Patreon? Just the Patreon. It is a special opportunity that I'm giving to the patrons just because there's been such a small supply of product for Pokemon. I thought it'd be fun to make some. Would you put your money into regular priced SV product, or would you invest your money into S&S product that have been on clearance lately? What do you mean S&S product on clearance lately? Like, what's been on clearance? If I'm being completely honest, other than the CUPC, I'm kind of staying away from most things. What do we have to buy off your registry to get one of those Willy Wonka That's so funny, dude. What do we have to buy to get them? All right. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. I will open up my official Pokemon USA mystery bags to the public in exchange for you helping out with the registry. There you go. No, I'm kidding. That'd be so sleazy. No. That's a funny joke, though. You got me there. Also, my partner wants to know what kind of ring you got your fiance. I love how you say your partner wants to know. So not your wife or husband or fiance. You just say your partner wants to know, as in they're like, wedding ring ideas. I got her a natural 0.8 carat diamond with a halo gold ring. It was very traditional look. It was very traditional. I don't have a picture of the ring, but I might somewhere. I don't know, actually. Where is the ring picture? I have the pamphlet and I can go through like the quality of it, but I feel like people really don't care enough. But that was kind of what it looks like. It's a big diamond for 0.8. And the reason why is because it's a 0.8 expanded. So it is a 0.8, but it looks like a 1.2. And on top of that too, the gold as well really brings out, or the halo, like silverish gold on the ring, really like brings out the attention to the diamond, because that's kind of like the centerpiece. But yeah, it was not cheap. Waifus are here to stay, indeed. Hey Eli, do you think you'll open up more spots for the wholesale program? Not 100% certain, my guy. So here's kind of what my plan is for the wholesale. Ooh, absolutely slapped the mic. I apologize. Here's what my plan is for the wholesale program. We have 100 spots at this very moment in time. My goal is to continue to scale the program to a point where all 100 people that are in the program feel satisfied and satiated over the amount of product that they're going to be consistently purchasing. I want everyone to get value out of it. Now, I want everyone to have the opportunity to get value out of it. If you're someone that just isn't purchasing things and you're just there to be there, then that's fine. I'll take your money. Can't be upset about that. But if you're someone that's there and you want to buy product, then I obviously want to make sure that people feel like they're spending enough money in the program to where it's worth it, right? So for example, we've got Paldea Evolve coming up, we've got Lorcana coming up, we've got 151 coming up, we've got Darkness Ruler of the Flames, we've got all these sets that are coming up, and we've got very little reprinted product that is available. So for myself, I want to wait and see what happens with the market. If I see that there's a ton of reprinted product that comes out in the market, everyone's going crazy buying a ton of stuff. I see that there is just a ton of, our spend is just really high because we've just had the opportunity to increase it and we get a ton of allocations for new set releases. Then in my mind, I'm like, okay, we are cooking, we're growing, everything's looking good, everything's looking nice, we're at a really good point of scale for the business. We're going to keep it as is with these 100 tiers, and I feel comfortable enough to open up another 25 slots or another 50 slots or however much I want to go about it. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking on when I will open up more slots. But as it currently stands right now, the best thing you can do is obviously just wait until a spot opens up, which someone asked me a question saying, how often do spots open up? And I can actually tell you because I have a history of all the canceled tiers. So are you guys ready for this? Of all the canceled tiers? So I have, where is it? So in the program, we have had a grand total of 5 people cancel. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had one person cancel in March. We had no one cancel in February. We had no one cancel in December. We had no one cancel in November. And then we had 4 people cancel in January. So there was about a 2-month period where no one canceled. Then there was just a period in January where we had 4 people cancel. And then we had 1 person cancel this month. So if you spread out that at an average, and it was in the end of January. So if you want to say it bleeds over into February just to make it easier, you can. So to answer your question, I did say it was about 1 to 2 people cancel a month. So this kind of lines up with that. Ironically enough, you want to know about the price tiers that were canceled. All of them were $50 tiers. None of them were 75. None of them were 100. They were $50 tiers. And I know the people that were in it too. One of the people that canceled, he spent, he literally came in and he just bought $8,000 worth of product and was like, I just don't need anything else. Like, that's all I need. And then 2 of the other people that were in the program, they were a part of the program. I messaged them, hey, I need to add you in the system. Hey, what's your Discord? Hey, what are you gonna join the program? And then they just canceled. They literally were in the program for 3 months. They never spent a single dime. They never even were in the program in terms of actually like hooking everything up. So they just kind of quit, right? So yeah, for what it seems like the common theme is for those people that are in the program, it seems like the ones that have left so far over the past 4 months, the 5 people that have left, it really is just they joined the program and never bought anything or never even messaged me. Like, I don't even understand how that happens. But yeah, it's weird. And then I think there's an option for me to see exit surveys if there are any. My financial situation changed. My financial situation changed. I only intended to give a certain amount of money. I did. But yeah. So to answer your question, once again, in terms of the program, based on what the numbers I'm seeing, it says that about 1 to 2 people leave per month. out of 100. So you will just have to hope that when that one or two people leave, you just can hop in on a spot. That's what I would definitely say. Or until then, we just are kind of waiting for product, and hopefully that will lead to a large supply for me to open up more spots too. Assuming rotation was a bit further out, if you're the Pokemon company, what ETBs and booster box do you think you'd reprint? Well, I take apparently a different approach from the Pokemon company, but if I'm being completely honest, if it were me, I would reprint everything starting all the way back at Chilling Reign. That's what I would do. And the reason why I would do that is because Chilling Reign is the first set that starting from Chilling Reign until I want to say Fusion, technically. Those are going to be the sets that are all going to go out of rotation next year. And so for me, I would do one last reprint and then just call it good. Be like, hey guys, we're reprinting Chilling Reign, we're reprinting Evolving Skies, we're reprinting Fusion. Get in while you can, because this is it. And that would be one last opportunity for people. That's what I would do for me. I think people don't understand the impact of normalizing anime will have on Pokemon. That is fair. How many packs for mystery pack? So Catch 'em all TCG. For my mystery packs, how I've always done them is it's 5 packs regular plus a bonus pack. How it was before was it was seeded with odds of you getting a silver, a gold, or a red, or a blue. And obviously gold being the best, silver being the second best, etc., etc. With these mystery packs, they're different. You're guaranteed a silver, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of a gold. I did the math, calculated out 70% of the packs will at least break even or make money. So you have a 70% chance that you're basically not going to be losing money on these. And with that as well, in terms of overall value, you can buy 2 of them. So if it happens that you miss on one because it's limited per customer, then your second one is statistically highly probable to hit and at least, get you to once again break even. Or if you're a monster, you just, go crazy on both. I need some advice. What would you do in my situation? I was a part of a huge layoff last year. I was a recruiter in the Central Valley of California earning well over 6 figures. However, the job market is really soft and there are few opportunities available. All of the opportunities that are available seem to have slashed pay rates to half. All my cash went into Pokemon and crypto. I have about 100k in sealed product, another 100k in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Having trouble deciding which I should liquidate. What would you do if you were in my shoes? So all of your cash went into Pokemon and crypto. Half is in Bitcoin and the other half's in crypto. For me, it's honestly pretty simple. It's whichever one is going to lose you the least. That's what I would look at it, right? So if, let's say, for example, you got in crypto at $3,000 and it is currently sitting at $28,000, then you sell that, right? But if you're sitting on a lot of Pokemon and you bought Pokemon in at, let's say you bought in, like, I don't know, for example, you bought a Brilliant Stars booster box at $144 and it's currently sitting at $170, then I wouldn't sell that, obviously. I feel like as well, if I don't know how desperate you are for cash, but I feel like one other thing you also have to take into consideration, and this is another thing a lot of people don't really think about, when it comes to Pokemon product, obviously if you have good margins, you're sitting on good margins, great. It'll be easy to sell. But if you're sitting on thinner margins with Pokemon, not only is it going to be harder to sell just to try and break even or make a profit, but also it is a lot harder to sell because it is a physical item. And it's going to take time because unlike crypto, where you can just go to a marketplace and you can just click sell and it sells at the whatever the market price is, you have to wait until you get a buyer with the sealed product. And it's going to take time to go through and break that down, especially when you say you're sitting on 100K in sealed product. That's a lot of sealed product, and that's going to cost you a lot of time in order to do that. So unless there's certain products in your collection that are like higher value items that you've at least created a profit of, then I would just, I feel like I'm answering my own question, but also I don't know what your entry points are, right? You could have in theory gotten in Bitcoin at $69,000 and you're at 50% loss. Like, I don't know what your position is, but that's just kind of what I'm more or less leaning towards. I feel like it'd be easier, but it really just comes down to, what's your situation? So for example, when I needed cash, when I was sitting on my whole back stock, the first thing I went to sell was my Celebrations Pokemon Center ETBs. Why? Because I bought them for 65 and the market was 110, and it had been sitting at 110 for the past 2 months when I sold it. So I said, hey, it's kind of at a point right now where it's going sideways and it's not really doing much, and I need cash quick, and I can sell these and I can profit after shipping and fees for, probably 70% to 80% profit. So I said, I'm going to cash out and I'm going to take that profit because it's profit. And I'm not leaving money on the table. But I had Battle Styles products that were break even. I had Chilling Rain product at the time was break even. I never ever considered selling that because I wanted to wait until there was profit to be yielded, right? And that's kind of the point that I'm making here, is the opportunities that you have invested in, or hopefully they're opportunities, the ones that are at a point where you can pull profits on them and feel like, hey, I'm not just pulling out money because I need the money now, but I'm also taking profits off the table. That I see as a win. I agree, Hermit. The whole waifu conversation is a little creepy. FOMO gets it. Yeah, you can barely get off the ground. It's tough, bro. You have a video explaining the mystery packs. I do not, Alex. Well, I mean, Alex, I don't know if you've bought into my previous mystery packs before, but like I said, man, it's literally kind of like the other YouTubers, like Pokerev or like Pokey Chloe. They have their own mystery packs. I just have theirs, but better. It's just much better. But yes, if you are a part of the wholesale program, then yeah, I did put an explanation in it. She's happy that you shared. Thank you. No problem. Should we veto the vote and demand a double Steam siege break? Connor's bringing up the important questions. Should we? I want to buy product, but I don't have money. What can I buy? Nothing. Easy answer. Speaking in regards to STLO ETBs at Walmart, they've been on sale locally in Canada at 29 C&D? No, that's insane, dude. That's 29 C&D. That's not 29 USD. That's 29 C&D. That's insane, bro. You buy everything. You buy all of it. Trinell fools, right? Trinell's crapping on the people that have left. I mean, that's the thing, man. Even if you're not spending the $50 a month, the $75 a month, then it's like there's gonna be a point of value, right? There's gonna be a point of value. That's the thing that did blow my mind the most. The guy goes in, he drops 8K and leaves. Bro, you bought 8K worth of CUPCs that you knew were going to double you up on your money because he was breaking them down and reselling them and buying them at wholesale. He's buying them at 75 a pop, obviously, right? You go drop 8K on product and you're paying a $50 fee a month just to be in the program. If you're willing to drop 8K and you double up on your profits and make 16K in 2 months, having been in the program, why do you leave? That is confusing to me. It's one thing if you're like, hey, I just don't have money to spend. Like, I understand that. It makes sense. But if you're someone that's like, hey, I just dropped 8K, I doubled up on my money, and I'm now at 16K, so I've gotten a ton of value, but I'm just going to leave. Like, even with product being scarce, times there's going to be a turning point where there's going to be a ton of product that's just all of a sudden just going to pop up on the market. Like, especially when you say to yourself, if you go from 8K and you double up and you go to 16K profit, right? Let's do some math here. You're in a program where you went from $8,000 to $16,000. If you're spending $50 a month, and it's going to be 160 months for you to officially lose value if you were not to buy a single time again. So 160 divided by 12, that's 13 years. 13 years. I mean, that's the thing you have to look at. It's not so much a like, hey, I spend money every month to get value. It's a, hey, I make a really large purchase that I've been waiting for, and then boom, all of my value is there. Because I've had some people in the program that have spent $5,000 in 1 month, and they like just bought a ton of product, right? And they got a ton of value out of it. They made a ton of money, but then they just haven't seen an opportunity that they like since then, and they just haven't bought any money, or they just haven't spent anything. And the thing is about that's totally fine, because at the end of the day, sure, they're not getting value on a month-to-month basis, but if you're still profiting and you're outpacing the profit in that you're getting out of the monthly membership, or you're waiting until you get to that opportunity, you're going to at some point outpace it if you're smart. And I'm not saying that people that aren't doing it aren't smart. Like, I'm not calling them dumb, but I'm saying you're just missing opportunities. A perfect one, and I'm gonna say this right now, which I just do not understand why people are just not paying attention in the program. One of our guys who's a big buyer, big buyer, right? He spent probably 20K in the program right now, right? While everyone's been scrambling to try and get Shining Fates because there's been a resupply, or people are just putting in their Paldea orders, or whatever it is, right? Just the kind of regular stuff, right? There's this one person who's been going in, and what have they been doing? They've been buying spring 2022 collector's chests. Just going in and buying them. Buying tons of cases. Just tons of cases. I think they've bought 35, 40, 50, 60 cases in the past month or two. And you might say to yourself, Eli, why would you want to buy collector's chests? Aren't they crap? Well, he watched my video, which I posted, and the video that I posted was 5 products that have Evolving Skies in them that you should pick up. And all he's been doing has been going in and buying the collector's chests that have Evolving Skies in them and breaking them down and doubling and tripling up profits each time. Why no one else is doing this, I have absolutely no idea. It blows my mind. And that's kind of the thing that I feel like a lot of people really should pay attention to, is you have the opportunity with the master tracking sheet to see what other people are buying without knowing who's doing it. But just pay attention to the opportunities that are being presented. Pay attention and notice, hey, is there something I'm missing here? And that was kind of the point of yesterday's video, honestly, guys, was like, hey, for those of you guys in the program, I just basically just called out like a bunch of people's strategies. Like 100%. Another person in the program, I know for a fact, just all they do is they just buy build-in battles, and they just break down the build-in battles for the promos. They sell it off, and they make a ton of money. They make a ton of money just breaking down build-in battle products. It's crazy the amount they've made off the bulk. Same concept with the trainer toolkits or the V battle decks. Like, there's all these opportunities that people are secretly quote unquote doing, and they're just making a killing. They're making a killing. So many people. I've had people ask me, Eli, how do you know how consistent things are going to keep coming? Because I'm at a point right now where I'm considering quitting my job because of how much money I'm making in the program. So like, you just got to be smart, man. You just got to be smart. You got to watch the videos too. I highly recommend watching videos like that. Because if you watch don't just watch the video, but watch the video and look at the list. Appreciate all the info. Reached out to you yesterday on Discord with a brief message about joining the program. Would love to join when a spot opens. I think the big question is, do they have the capacity to reprint those sets while still printing the new sets? Remember, it takes 2 months of production for a new set. Okay, so first and foremost, Michael, I did get your message. I responded to it by hearting it, saying that I've notified, that I've seen it. If I heart your message, that usually means I've seen it, and I'm like saying, hey, I'm responding with a heart saying that thanks for sending the message, right? So that when a new spot opens, I will notify you. But moving on from that, to answer the question, you said the big question is capacity to reprint those sets while still reprinting new sets. Here's the thing we have to understand. We've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again. Pokemon Company historically has always printed things into the ground. And I don't think things are going to change all of a sudden. It's not like, oh, we're in Silver Border times. The Pokemon Company doesn't want to stop printing things into the ground. Scarlet and Violet, people were expecting there to be a lot more of it because of the lack of reprints. And so far, what has happened? Nothing. Very little Scarlet and Violet has been prevalent. Now, although we don't know the numbers going around for Paldea Evolved, there's been rumors going around that it is also expected that it is not going to be a large supply similar to Scarlet and Violet. Now, obviously, for the program, that doesn't really affect us because we're one of the biggest buyers for one of our distros, and they told us that as we continue to spend, we will continue to get more product. So we are going to continue to get more product. However, that still does hurt our top end, right? So, for example, we got 210 booster boxes, how much we were allocated this last time around. Our goal is to get 420 allocated to us. Now, that is our minimum goal. What I really want is 1,000. That's how many I put an order in for. Do I think I'm going to get 1,000? No. Do I think I'm going to get around 400 booster boxes? Yes, I do. So that's fine. We're getting more product. We're doubling up more than likely on what our previous numbers were. However, it makes it frustrating because if I want 1,000, I'm probably not going to get it, or I'm going to have a lot lesser of a chance if there isn't a lot of top-end supply. And that's the most frustrating thing I would say about all of this is what is the Pokemon Company doing? Because they're printing something and we don't know what it is. And they're printing something in a large quantity and we don't know what it is. So, and we're just going to keep playing the game where basically my distro calls me up and says, hey, Eli, I have product. I say no more. I will buy it no matter what. Because at the end of the day, anything I can do to keep my spend up so that we can just continue to grow the program is what matters, right? So specifically with, I have multiple distros. The distros that I can pull allocations from and get actual product from is distro 1 and distro 3. Distro 3, we got a small amount of product, not a ton, but we were brand new. Like distro 1, we got them at the end of December, and distro 3, we got them in February. So they're even newer than distro 1. So with that, we're still building our spend with both of these distros. But distro 1, obviously, we've gotten quite a bit of product and we've spent most of our money there. I talked to my rep the other day, we've spent roughly around $110,000, $120,000 on product for Pokemon in the past three and a half months. So currently we are spending roughly around $35,000 to $40,000 a month, which then puts us on track that if we are trying to get off of a 6-month spend, that puts us at roughly 200 to 240K. My understanding was that if we hit the 300K spend mark, that would put us in the position to get at least 600 booster boxes. Now, once again, we're going to fall short of that. However, they also take into consideration crap product that you pick up, aka trainer toolkits, aka V-Battle decks, aka build and battle stadiums, which I bought a ton of. So we're probably going to hit closer to that $600 booster box, or we would be closer to, but because of the expected, quote unquote scarcity, it's probably going to be closer to 400 in terms of what we're going to be getting, which is a bummer. But at the end of the day, 400 booster boxes is still a lot of booster boxes. That is still a lot of booster boxes. That basically guarantees us that we have 100 people in the program. And if every one person wanted a booster box, that almost guarantees that everyone in the program is going to get at least one case. But obviously, I'm going to have to distribute it up accordingly on what I think is most fair. So it's not realistic if that's how it's going to look. But you get the general kind of concept of what I'm trying to portray in the point that I'm making. So it's a game, man. It is a game. Distribution, it's a fun one, man. And it would be much easier if the Pokemon company just gave us some product to buy, because holy crap, imagine they just come out with a big reprint and we just all of a sudden within a month just spend $200,000 as a program. Oh my gosh. Do you know the buying power that would give us? Not to mention too, it would not only give us so much like power because we would be one of their top spenders, but then also it would allow us to leverage cheaper prices. And that's why I always talk about the program as a team effort, because sure, you guys are obviously like, you're spending your monthly amount to get value out of it. But when it comes to how I look at this, really, really look at this in the long term, is to say, hey guys, if we can just focus on just buying product, I don't care if you're into Magic, if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, if you're into Pokemon, if you're into Fab, I don't care. We just need to buy product, specifically Pokemon, obviously. That will work towards our spend, and the more we buy, the more power we have. Because the thing is if we become a $1 million client a year, like we spend $1 million+ on Pokemon, 2 million, 3 million, crazy amount, then if they lose us, they lose a ton of money having us as a client with distributors. We want to be that power dynamic where we're in charge and we can say, hey guys, I'm going to put in an order for 500,000 booster boxes for this net set release. And I don't want it for $95.50. I want it for $93 because I'm buying 500,000. Can you do that? Of course, we can totally do that. $2.50 off. No problem. Stuff like that where you have the power to bargain because of your volume. That's what my real goal is in terms of growing the program. Like that's what, like, getting to a point where we're bargaining because we've just purchased so much, right? But anyway, I digress. I've been going on for a while with that one. So then get MSRP on Pokemon Center. Why would they need to reprint? Because you can't get MSRP for Evolving Skies. Oh, no, you can't. I don't have extra money for the mystery packs. Hey, that totally makes sense, man. Officially now a financial advisor. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. If you are, though, congratulations. What do we decide? Primal Clash is what we decided, Roma. I've been wasting dollars for $50 for the past few months now. Going to finally buy some product this week for the first time. Shout out to you on that one, Alex. Hey, like I said, man, I mean, there is a couple of people that are in the $50 program that are just in there just because they want to hold their spot. They're like, hey, man, I think $50 is, and I've had so many people message me that are like, $50 is way too cheap. I can't believe you put it down for that cheap, because the long-term implications of this is extremely good. Like $50, when you really think about it, $50 is such a small amount of money for the value of what you could get. Like, that's literally, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's like going out to eat. Like, I don't know about you, but if I go out with my fiance and we go to eat somewhere, our ticket usually runs upwards of like $45-50 at the cheap side, because things are just so expensive nowadays. So if you say to yourself, hey, I don't want to eat out this one day out of the month, and I want to save that $50 and just pay towards a membership, which then is going to give you access to product. And even if you don't buy it 1 month, you're going to be able to buy it, you know, when you get the point. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point. It's because of his addiction. It hit and left the table. Fair enough. Probably need to save for something else. Got faster than expected, but still, why would you just get a little bit more? Or they died, who knows? What's up, Pokemon TCG? Good to see you. Yeah, I've been watching him. He's definitely a good stat. Eli, is your program open worldwide or residents only? It is open worldwide. However, as I've mentioned before, we do have a partner that gives discounted rates for shipping. But I have had people message me saying that they found other individuals that are actually cheaper than our current partners. So we might actually want to switch, because I want to do whatever I can to obviously offer the best prices possible. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that partner. But I have a guy who lives in Dubai, I think is what he says. Or he lives in the UAE. and he basically informed me that he had a Elite Trainer box that was shipped to him, and it cost him $14. I was like, what? $14? I'm like, obviously I have to ship it to New York, but still, $14 is dirt cheap. That's like what I'm paying to ship to Cali. So that's insane value. Actually, that's cheaper than what I'm shipping to pay to Cali. To ship to California, it cost me like $17. So that's insane. Yes, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button. I've been buying Evolving Skies at Publix for $3.99 packs so far. Gotten 500 total. Should I keep buying them since there's a huge supply? Honestly, Joseph, if I were you, this is just my personal opinion, is we don't know if a reprint's going to happen or not. You're buying it at $4 a pop. You know you can profit now by reselling it. I don't know what your... I don't know if you're doing sleeved or loose. Because this will obviously... It's not really going to matter. But here's what I would do if I were you. I would sell it all and just keep buying it if you can. It's literally just unlimited money at that point. Because let's take a look at the... Let's say you're buying just the loose, right? So loose packs you're selling at... actually, you know what? Before I answer this question entirely, I want you to tell me, Joseph, before I do all the calculations. Because I can just do one. Yeah, have to be smart. Look for deals, which are taking place online. Tons of Evo Skies packs out there. Wild bunch product. Even with the reprinted supply, devoured price goes up. We'll resume. 100%, brother. How many collector's chests are in a case? 9. They are sleeved. Okay, sick. Sick. All right, so you are buying sleeved. So once again, he said he's buying it for $3.99. What is the market price? Market price is $8.55. Why am I saying that? Because I ignore anything that doesn't have this little star up to it. Because most people, that's kind of what they do. You'll see prices that are going to be cheap, but as you can see, the volume is always going to be in the... it's always going to be in the big boys. So, where are we? How did someone leave a thing that says minimum order 30? Oh, it's because they did a picture, that's why. Interesting. Anyway, so $8.55 is what you can sell it for. So basically, obviously you're going to have to pay shipping and fees on that. But I think you should be able to flip this quite easily. If you're shipping out one, you can throw it in an envelope and pay for stamp and shipping supplies and everything. It's going to cost you $1. And then after shipping and fees, you're probably going to profit $2 or $3 per pack. Which, if you say to yourself $2 or $3 a pack, you paid $4. That's about a 50 to 70% profit. And here's the deal: the volume on this item specifically, it is being bought up pretty heavily every day. So if you can just literally sell this item, and you can just keep taking the profits that you've used from this and just keep like churning it, that's personally what I would do, honestly. Not to mention too, if you look at this individual here, this individual is selling them and he has it listed with also minimum order 30 sleeved. Or I don't know if he's the one who's doing it. Someone is doing it. But I think it must have been another individual. But either way, people are buying in multiple quantities. Yeah, there's one guy that has over 900 available. But the thing is you can just undercut him. He's selling for $8.25. Guess what you do? You sell for $8.24. That's how the game's played. It's the market. But yeah, if we'll do some calculations here for you. We'll say you sell for $8.24 because that's what the dude's at. You say you're paying 15% on fees.
And then you're also losing 30 cents, which is what matters. Then we'll say if you're paying wholesale for stamps, or so you're paying market for stamps, and then envelope. You're also probably, we'll say, just to make everything easy, we're gonna say you're losing about another 80 cents potentially. Whoa. That's what I meant. 598 or 590. That is your profit. Which puts you at 47% profit, 48% profit. So I don't know, man. I feel like you just keep flipping that. You keep flipping that. And that's every one pack you sell. Obviously, the more packs you sell, then obviously you combine shipping. And so your profits go up more than likely incrementally by anywhere between another 40 cents to 80 cents, more or less, depending upon how many you're selling. So the true value of you just going in and just consistently selling these and churning these and then buying more, it just seems like a no-brainer. Like, literally, I'm not even kidding you. Why wouldn't you? If you're saying, hey, man, I have an unlimited supply of product, I can buy 50% under market price, why would you not? Like, why wouldn't you? Because your margins are going to be so good, and you're just going to be able to turn and burn it. If I wanted to put another order in on top of the original pre-order, could I do that? Yeah, you could technically do that, Tom. That should be fine. That's the way to do it, Michael. What are your thoughts about holding those sleeve boosters instead of selling any potential for long-term growth? Oh yeah, if you can buy more, that's definitely the route. Well, that's exactly it, man. It's fine if you want to hold them long-term, but if you're saying right now you can keep buying and keep selling, you're literally just like missing out on money. Just keep selling them. Just keep selling them. If you feel like there's going to be a point where it's going to run out, yeah, of course. That totally makes sense. Have a reserve. But how I look at this is he said he has 851 packs. And he's bought them for $3.99. I don't know if that's including shipping and fees, but that's $3,000. If we're saying that he could increase that number to 48%, then that means he is going to roughly turn his $3,395 into $5,000. Right? Then he's going to rebuy the packs after he sold that. And he is going to do the exact same thing. Turn that into 7,000. Then he's going to do the exact same thing. Turn it into 11,000. And then he's going to do the exact same thing. And you keep scaling continuously. Pretty simple. Obviously, this is contingent on the fact that we're not going to get a reprint. But at the end of the day, as long as he has a set reserve of his initial investment to the side after he's created profits and just bankrolls whatever his additional profits yielded, then he's not having any upside risk. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you get to a point where you're like, hey, I initially invested, we'll say for the sake of this argument, $3,395. If you sell all of those, you make this money, then what you can comfortably do is say, hey, I'm going to take all of this, put it back in my bank account, and minus whatever I made, 3,395. I'm going to take this extra 1,630, and I'm just going to keep rolling it that way that, hypothetically speaking, if I'm sitting on all this dead product, who cares? It's all pure profits. I mean, that's just kind of how you can play the game if you're trying to be absolutely, super duper, what's the word I'm looking for? Safe with it, I guess. I guess that's the best way to put it. But even then, obviously, that's if you're trying to minimize upside risk or downside risk, sorry, upside risk. Because at that point, you're saying to yourself, hey, I've sold all my packs. I've made a $1,600 profit. I'm going to then take my profits or take my minimum investment off the table and then take my additional profits and just continuously roll that. Or if you want to scale more, you can totally feel free to use your initial investment and just continuously use it. I mean, obviously that's what I do with my business, but also at the exact same time, it's because a lot of what I'm investing in is very liquid. So you have to ask yourself, okay, if I were to take my 3K, which you obviously have just been setting up to the side without any sort of like concept of really seeing this as a flip and more of a long-term investment, then you're already looking at this mentally saying, hey, I have this $3,000 worth of Evolving Skies packs that I purposely bought to sit on. So if I buy more, even if a reprint happens, you're saying I'm looking at this long-term. I'm not looking at this short-term as in like, this is it. This is just, the gig is up. Like, no, you would just sit on these because you can. You know what I mean? Department stores, don't forget taxes and fees. Well, I obviously calculated fees into it, and taxes, I have no clue if he's paying taxes, obviously. In Oregon, I live in Arizona now, but in Oregon, you didn't have to pay sales tax, and then in Arizona, I have an exempt license when it comes to purchasing, so I usually don't have to worry about that kind of stuff unless I am not able to use the license. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with these last couple of questions. Then I got to get out of here. Because we are already over time. I did not realize it. Time flies. Do you think Pokemon Go will be reprinted? Doubt it. Highly doubt it. Does ordering non-Pokemon product from Distributor 1 help get more applications down the road? RD, so what Distro 1 has told me is that if you buy Pokemon product, it helps with Pokemon. Anything else helps with, does not help with Pokemon, but it helps with Lorcana. I was also informed by Distro 3. Distro 3 says any product you purchase helps for allocations. Thanks for answering the question. Time for dinner. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Tom. But that's if he can get the product still at the store for buying them from. Of course. I mean, that's what we're all saying. If he's consistently buying it, I mean, the guy has 851 packs. There's no way he's not consistently getting these. Michael says, I wish it was as easy as that, but the packs have started to dry up. Okay, cool. So there you go. The packs have started to dry up. So it's not as infinite as we would like. Well, then at that point, still, I would still say, Michael, it's still worth taking profits off the table off some of the packs. I would still list some of the packs. Because you're going to be able to still hold on to quite a bit of them, but at least leaving, not leaving profits on the table is a good point. Mr. Loch Ness, welcome to the clown school. Talking smack, ain't he? That's funny. I've been purchasing Evo Sky sleeve booster packs at my local grocery stores as well. Been stocking up for the long term. The more you advertise where they are, it's going to be harder to get. True. Is it worth putting sale product on auction to get rid of it? Nope, never. Income tax, though? Yes, I understand income tax. Why you gotta ruin things with taxes? That's why he literally is going to sell it, and he's going to use that money to reinvest it. And he's going to start a LLC and just write it off as cost of goods sold.
$25 for a 2023 Trainer Toolkit good. Wholesale is $22. If I'm being honest, trader, I don't know what's in it, so I cannot tell you if it's a good deal yet. We do not know. We do not know yet, so I would wait. Inside on point as always. Appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you for stopping by as always. Department store says taxes. Yeah, we don't need that stuff. We don't need to talk about that. My accountant takes care of that for me. I agree. Don't be greedy. Spoken like a true tax expert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up here because, like I said, I am over time. But I want to thank you guys all so much for stopping by. Please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you want to enter into weekly giveaways. If you don't want to, at least hit the like button if you appreciate the channel. But as far as it goes, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching.